Madden football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Commanders and the Niners on Sunday night primetime.
It was a common sight in the 80s and 90s, not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Ahead will decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game, as we've got a great one in store between the Washington Commanders and the San Francisco 49ers. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
The fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round. We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up so he could use the rest. And I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one. Because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
They'll start out on the ground at Saquon Barkley. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
2nd and 5. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Well, that's good for a first down. Here's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch in the playoffs.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Looking to throw. That's caught. He finds Danny Gray. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Barkley, inside handoff. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
He'll drop to throw, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll drop to throw.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Commanders are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
Nobody ever wants the interception on the opening drive to happen, but when it happens in the playoffs, it feels like it's a bigger deal. What a rough start.
And how about these visitors? The defense just went right on the field and seized momentum. You know, almost like they're saying, okay, no one expects us to win this one. Let's go ahead and give them a shock early. Took the ball from the home team and put them in the hole.
Because this crowd, one of the best in the league, especially this time of year, it's going to be tough to take them out of it, but that's a heck of a start.
So here are the Commanders making their way out.
And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
Eddie Moore that did his part in the wild card win with 3 touchdown passes. Now, he's going to get a bigger test here in round 2, but his unit... playing as well as they have all year long. I wouldn't be surprised if this defense tried to get after him early with a little extra pressure. If he can handle that, he can have another big game, though.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. His first catch of the divisional round goes for a first down. He had 5 catches last week in their wild card win.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Washington.
Juju Smith-Schuster,
69 yards.
And the Commanders are on the board first here in this division round matchup.
They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was, and if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Now the try here for the point after.
And the kick is good, and the Commanders out to a 7-0 lead.
The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very... Two-play drive that time. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fielded right around the 8. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
He'll look to throw.
Got a man, that's Ayuk.
If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
Now a second down and 6.
He'll look to throw.
He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. They'll try the right side here. Barkley.
Offside. Ethan.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They give him a gain of 38.
You can feel the effort all the way up here. He tried his best to get there. Didn't quite make it, but down around the 2-3 yard line. Gotta love the effort, and especially the big play that gave his offense a great opportunity.
Again, he'll drop to throw. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown, 49ers. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the 49ers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have. You absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Done these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Extra point by Gay. Tied at 7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
The Commanders preparing for their next possession.
And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round. On the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? Well, on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round of the playoff. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
It becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 44-yard line. That'll put him north of 100 yards receiving now in this divisional round game. And it's a first down. They'll look to throw again. And the ball is knocked out. And his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
On play action, they'll throw. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. perfectly executed crossing route. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Holding offense.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's second down. These two teams all tied after one. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it facing a second and long situation. Back to throw again. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
This one into the hands of Kittle, the 10. And a loose football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Here's Gibson to start the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll set up to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, he's been the guy already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down.
We saw these guys have some big plays in their wild card win last week, and they're certainly going to need to continue to put up plays like we just saw there if they hope to continue to move on in these playoffs.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. We'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He finds his man, Sky Moore. And he's going to have a Commander's first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. They'll look to throw here. Being chased out left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series, because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Now a dump off here complete. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage, because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Great job, both feet in, first down. 18 yards, a big pickup there on third down.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity.
Shanahan doesn't care much for that last call, so out comes the red challenge flag. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over.
Yeah, remember now, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear video evidence to the contrary. And I give these officials a lot of credit. Such a tough and demanding job. You and I both know that. Yeah, they make the right call way more often than they get it wrong.
After review of the play, ruling on the field stands.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
After playing like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily, you're right, but he did there. Gibson will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. A big one coming in this divisional round playoff, 3rd and goal. They're going to look to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Jonnu Smith from 4 yards out. And the Commanders have taken the lead. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Point after try forthcoming. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was Jonnu Smith, the big tight end, who capped the drive with a touchdown reception. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Well, the 49ers settling in for their next drive. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Holding offense.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Back to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. So the pitch and catch good for 11, and that will bring up second down. Finding Gray going across the field.
And it's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing.
Now a play fake here on first down. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Commanders will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
But teams turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson, and he'll be taken down at about the 45.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Many teams, as soon as they spot man defense, if they haven't called a hitch, they'll get to it as fast as they can. They want to put the ball in the hands of one of their best playmakers and hope that he can break a tackle on the outside and go for big yardage.
They'll run with Gibson, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Washington going to send out their punter as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
They'll get this out to Barkley, complete. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The Commanders bringing out the nickel package on third down. He'll look to throw. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Carlton Davis. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the offense is going to get the ball back. After all that, heck, it'll be a first down. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back, drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there. Got a man, that's Ayuk. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. They go play action here on first down. He'll buy some time right. Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion. All that for a 2-yard gain, second down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Okay, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's fourth down. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports Halftime Report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, where it was the Cowboys who get the win at home. Dak Prescott, excellent in the W, as his guys get victory number 12 on the year. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Washington. And even though they've got the lead, they're likely going over ways they can improve the running game, as they didn't find a whole lot of success in those first two quarters. Meanwhile, for the Niners, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. Both these teams, no doubt, making their final adjustments as we speak. Which of these two teams is going to advance to the NFC title game next Sunday? To find out, let's get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. This one fielded at the 5. And he returns this to the 22. The Commanders up first on offense as we begin this third quarter. And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium, but you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And hitting Juju on the slant. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. He had 5 catches in the wild card win, and that's his 5th here, and it's good for a first down. Two yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
This one left side caught by Gibson. And he goes out right around the 39. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to bring out the 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll look to throw. And he finds McLaurin. And some room to work. And he's going to get this all the way down to the 2 before he's wrestled out. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Boy, Charles, you have to be impressed with how Terry McLaurin has quickly become one of the better receivers in the NFL, and this is all effort here.
They'll run with Gibson. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Ethan Carter
taking it in from a yard out.
And the Commanders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half.
They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a two-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a three-possession game.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. On play action, they'll throw. They'll roll him out right. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket, because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Up the middle with Barkley. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And the 49ers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Barkley will get into the end zone for a 49er touchdown. He finishes on the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL. A complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Day is on for the point after. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Take it in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. Oh, nice move. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The play fake. He'll look to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Washington. Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guy's covering, take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by him. And once he's by him, there's no catching him. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they looked up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Now the ball comes loose. And it's Washington that scoops it up. Inside the 20. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. He'll drop to throw. This a quick slant, and he's got Terry McLaurin. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation.
The ball comes out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Fortunately for him, that ball stayed close so that he could recover it on his own.
And you know the prayers that were going through his head as the ball escaped from him? How happy was he at the end of it when he found the football again, able to retain possession?
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. That's taken in by Smith-Marsette. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, and who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. First down. Rolling to his left. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
Back to throw here.
Finding Gray going across the field.
A gain of 7 that time. Second goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
The tight end Kittle has it on the left side.
Touchdown! George Kittle from 3 yards out.
And the Niners have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And now first downs are key. They want to keep that clock moving up by 2 scores as they try to cement their place in the conference championship round in 1 week's time.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. They'll drop to throw. And a little floater there is incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Washington going to send out their punter
as he'll kick it away for the second time. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round. They need to come up with something as they get this drive started.
Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be second down. They'll set up a throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Chase Young.
Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
And he's brought down. can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
That one is slant to McLaurin. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Now back to throw. And he is going to lose yardage here. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
Well, his completion percentage continues to rise with that one, but sometimes you want your completion percentage to go down. Maybe you should have thought about throwing that one away.
I was just going to say, it is easier said than done, but that's where you maybe bury it at his feet, make sure he doesn't catch it.
Great call.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
And the Niners are right back in this football game.
Now this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart at points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback, get a pick.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he ran off the field almost chuckling to himself. They finally got one. They finally got me.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one. Not to have another turnover on his ledger.
And he is going to have a 49ers 1st down. It's his defense. Well, a little too loose there. They give up a gain of 19 on 4th down.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Chase Young
in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. 43 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. And that's incomplete. Second and 10 now from the 27. He'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And Gay knocks this one through, and that'll move him back within 6 now. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
The Washington offense set to take over again. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Looking to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
So it's Commanders football as we get back to it.
They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. They'll set up to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Washington going to send out their punter
as he'll come on to kick this one away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
So now the Niners down by 6. And time, a huge factor. A touchdown likely means they move on in these playoffs. Tense moments for the hometown faithful as they've got him with a 1st down. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Only 3 there on the screen at 2nd down.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the 1st down. Cat out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are in the field?
A 1st down carry for Barkley.
43 yards on the ground for him so far.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Back to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes the correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the 1st down with his legs instead.
They come up on a 1st and goal, and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and a PAT for the lead. They'll try and run forward with Barkley. And he is in as they have tied it right here in the final minute of the 4th quarter.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season. Got his 1st touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him, and he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
So they're not home yet. Still a critical extra point here to break the tie. And they have got the lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it's capped off by the touchdown and the ever-critical extra point. So it is a 1-point lead here in the final minute of action.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Gets this to Gibson at 5 yards. Not going to cut it here. That clock continues to run.
Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Back to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And it's 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. And the Niners will continue on as we say so long, everybody.